If you have an old pair of sneakers, instead of throwing them out, you could save them from the landfill. Here to talk about how you can save shoes from the landfill is Mary Ellen Ford. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How did this idea come about?
Well, it really boils down to a single pair of shoes I had sitting in my shed for the last 2 years since we moved to Kennewick. And my daughter had grown out of them. They were too big for me, and they were still in pretty good shape. So it didn't feel right to throw them out, but I didn't exactly know what to do with them. So a few weeks ago, I was thinking back to when I did mud runs, and after the race was over, people would chuck their muddy shoes into a big pile, and the race organizers would dry them out, and then they would donate them to people who needed the shoes. So I was convinced there had to be something like that without having to do a mud race.
Right, you didn't have to get your shoes all muddy before doing that. Yes.
Exactly. So after a cursory research on the internet, I found gotsneakers.com.
Okay.
And they're a zero waste sneaker recycling company. And so was pretty excited. I just went ahead and researched it a little bit and filled out the form, requested one bag. I had one pair of shoes. When I got the bag and opened it up, it was as tall as a first or second grader. So I was like, I'm gonna need more shoes.
You're gonna need more shoes.
So that was when I did the post on Facebook to our Kennewick neighborhood page. And they've just been so generous, and family, friends, and neighbors have helped me fill up that bag as well as another bag. So I've had to since request more bags to fill them up.
So how many shoes has it been so far?
I have 4 dozen shoes that I've been able to donate so far. So I'm pretty excited. It definitely went beyond the single pair that was sitting out in my shed. So it's pretty exciting.
I really like that. And because a lot of us have, tennis shoes or just shoes that you've worn out that, what do? You throw them away and then you never see them again.
That's right.
And now you can be giving them a good home.
That's right. There's another option out there. And it's kind of an example of the circular economy. So what I mean by that, the paradigm is an item is manufactured, we purchase, we use, and then typically we discard, but we can bypass that where an item can be either upcycled or it can be reused by someone else. So I think that's really exciting. So it goes beyond the sneaker. There's clothes, there's books, there's lots of items that kind of go through that process. So I just love all the innovative companies out there that are kind of providing that, kind of bypassing the trash can option.
And I know you told me too, there's a book that you read that stuck with you. That was another piece of this.
Yeah, and it's called The Story of Stuff by Annie Leonard. And I read it several years ago. It was probably a recommendation by my little brother. He's always a good source of thought-provoking titles. So it's all about the impact of overconsumption on our planet, our communities, and our health. And so it really has kind of shifted my mindset from thinking about out of sight, out of mind into the trash can to what happens when you put something in there. So, more times than not, I'm trying to consider the trash can as a last resort as opposed to the first option. So.
And if folks are compelled and want to save their sneakers from the landfill, how can they do that?
Well, there's a couple ways. So the first way, you're welcome to bring them to my house, which is in the middle of this 200 block of Bassett Avenue in Kennewick. So I do have a box sitting on my front porch. It's a covered porch. I have a beagle that is supervising this operation.
He's supervising, making sure the shoes are all there.
Yeah. If you hear her howling at the door, she's just saying thank you. So that's one option. And then the other option is you can do what I'm doing, and you can. I would encourage people to go to the website and sponsor your own sneaker drive. It's really easy. There's no cost. They provide prepaid shipping labels on the bags, so there's really no cost to do this. It's pretty fun.
I like it. And do you have a goal now? I know it's already blown up, so do you have a goal of what you want to accomplish, or just the more the merrier?
It's all gravy at this point, so I'm just excited. Again, I filled up that one bag, so from now on, it's just all gravy, so it's pretty great.
Well, so cool. Thank you so much, Mary Ellen, for coming in and talking about this project. I hope folks can help donate their shoes that they're going to throw out or about to throw out.
I do too. Thank you so much for having me.